Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a pick a card tarot reading. It's technically a pick a group tarot reading, and we're focusing more on your dreams. Specifically, what are your dreams trying to tell you? This reading has been a suggestion, I guess you could say, from the community. I recently opened up with you guys about the fact that I've been having really weird dreams. I had no idea that we were this close to Mercury retrograde and that we had a full moon in Scorpio solar eclipse coming, so it all kind of makes sense in retrospect. Of course your dreams are going to be disturbing, but nonetheless, nearly 5,000 people of you voted. 5,000 of you voted in this little poll that I did, and most of you said you wanted to see a dream reading. So here we are. We're going to have a very in-depth dream reading. There's going to be an extended reading as well. So just real quick, as always, I'm going to explain a little bit about the extended reading now, and then we'll talk about it again in your group readings. But in the extended, we're going to be really just treating it like an extended reading. Unfortunately, there's only so much I can get into over here on YouTube. So we're going to focus again on what are your dreams trying to tell you, examining more of the key themes, looking at the challenges your dreams may be highlighting to you, taking a closer look at your group's personal situation, and having a look at the outcome as well for each of your groups. Those are the bones of what you can expect in the extended reading. However, I literally tailor each group's extended reading based on what we find in your group. So it really depends on which group you pick and what pressing issues we need to discuss. The goal with the extended readings is to leave no stone unturned. So that's all I really have to say, you guys, about today's video. I'm going to take you into the pick a group portion now, where you can take your time getting familiar with the general energy around each of the four groups and hopefully tune into an energy that you resonate with most. I did choose 4 groups for today's reading on purpose, as I do believe, being a dream reading, you're probably going to have messages in more than one group. So take your time, find a group that really resonates with you, and when you're ready, check the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. Taking you into the pick a group portion now. So welcome to the pick a group portion, everybody. As you can see, we have 4 groups to choose from in today's dream reading. Each of the 4 groups are connected to a photograph that I took on my first holiday of 2022. I recently got back from LA and Las Vegas, and before that I was actually in the beautiful state of Hawaii, and I was completely blown away by what I saw. So I wanted to share some of these vibes with you in our pick a group portion of today's reading. So let me introduce each of these 4 groups, tell you a little bit about the photos, and hopefully connect you with a group that has the most honest messages about your dreams for you. Starting with lucky number 1. Group number 1, your photograph is of Diamond Head Crater. So what we're actually looking at here is the crater of a volcano. We spent all morning walking up, so you're also looking at the sunrise at about 7 a.m. So you may resonate with the volcano, you may resonate with the sun, you may even resonate with the story of hiking. If this is your group, click on the timestamp in the description box below. I also need to show you though group number 2. In group number 2's photograph, we are looking at one of the most infamous mountain ranges in the world. These mountains are, I would say, famous because of Jurassic Park. I can't tell you exactly what range we're looking at or what mountain we're looking at, but it was on the way to North Shore in Oahu. So that's a classic sort of fold that a volcano mountain has. And we also see some motor vehicles there. We see some greenery. We see some clouds. So that is group 2's photo. Next, we have Grupus Thripus. Group number 2, you have a view of the beautiful reef that was right outside Kualoa Ranch on the North Shore. So in Oahu, which is one of the main islands in Hawaii, there is this beautiful place where 90% of the Hawaiian movies are filmed, and Kualoa Ranch is where Jurassic Park itself was also filmed. But aside from the range and all the movie memorabilia, it is skirted by this beautiful shore that also features these reefs right there. So that's what you're looking at in group number 3. You may resonate with the coconut tree as well. Last but not least, we have group number 4. You are looking at a sunset here in this photo of Waikiki Beach. Waikiki Beach is probably one of the most famous beaches in the world. And this is just one of their most beautiful sunsets. One of the more beautiful sunsets I've seen, being able to be on the west coast. I don't see that at all in Australia. So we're seeing the sunset over Waikiki Beach. You got some beautiful coconut trees and a few people as well. So if you resonate with this image, then you are more drawn to group number 4. So those are the 4 groups, the 4 photos, and the 4 different stories. If you are able to feel connected or drawn towards a group from this portion of the reading, you're welcome to click on the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. If you do need more time, I will be playing a quick meditation clip after this portion. It only goes for a minute, and that clip is intended to connect you to your intuition to help you feel which of these 4 groups has the most honest messages for you. When it comes to a dream reading, you may feel drawn to more than one group as well. When you know which group you want to start with, click on the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi Group 1, and welcome to your reading today. We are asking Spirit about your dreams. We're going to be having a look at what your dreams are trying to tell you. I've already pulled your oracle cards. I have a second camera set up to have a look at, to focus on your oracle cards and so that you can see what I see as well. Trying out this new layout, so let me know how you like it or whether you don't. But enough about that, sweets. So we have a lot of energy here to talk about. This dream reading, I'm sure, has been long awaited for a lot of you. We need to get into this. You have a lot of energy indicating the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. I am really seeing here, especially with this card, that something in your life is calling for an ending in order for a new beginning. I believe that this ending has to do with you being able to say your piece, speak up with the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel here. It feels like you need to be able to say what it is that you need to say in order to move forward. And I think that speaking your piece in this case has to do with speaking your truth. You may be in a situation in your life right now where your truth has not been yet revealed. You haven't been able to fully discuss what it is that is on your mind, although the truth is often linked with your feelings and feeling what you think is right and feeling heard in that situation as well. I believe with this, your commitment is being tested. Your dreams are trying to encourage you to continue on your path and to not give up. There is a strong indication here with that first quarter moon that you've already started something. You've experienced challenges, you've experienced setbacks, you've been on this journey for some time, and yet you are being called to continue moving forward, to not give up, especially with this opal card here. This opal card is telling me that the path that you've been on has really put you through it. You may have experienced a lot of karmic lessons. You may have encountered a lot of karmic lessons through ways of other people on this journey, meeting people who have kind of brought out the best and the worst of you. I think that a lot of this has to do with your ability to see the truth and act on the truth, though, with that opal card. This card is calling for mental clarity in order to continue forward. It's like you have to clearly remind yourself of why you've put up with all of this in the first place and prepare yourself to let go of what is holding you back in order to embrace your new beginning. This new gown card is where things kind of go awry, because group one, I feel like your dreams are encouraging you to kind of reinvent yourself in some way. And I think that in your dreams, maybe you're experiencing situations where you have to problem solve, or you have to be the one who comes up with the solutions. Like you're facing challenges or you're facing odd, strange occurrences, and you're the one that has to come up with the solution. You're the one that has to try to figure out, how do we get through this? How do we deal with this wasp nest? Whatever the dream is, however kooky it may be, it feels like you are being called to troubleshoot a problem in your life through your mental clarity in order to consider a new way forward. And I believe that all of this is really summarized with this final card here, the Thorny Devil card. This card is really telling us, stop procrastinating, improvise, enjoy life, tough outer skin, loner. This card is telling us that there is something in your power here through your actions, through your communication, that you are holding back on. You have a lot of power with your voice. What you say has a lot of power in this situation. So I want to get tarot now to clarify some things for you, group one. We want to clarify what this new beginning is. We want to clarify why it's important for you to keep moving forward. We want to clarify what you need to communicate. And we also want to clarify exactly what action they expect you to take here as you move forward. So it's going to get a bit messy if you're following the spread from the second camera. Let's have a look. Okay, group one, please, Spirit. What is this new beginning for them? What is this new beginning for group one? What new beginning is their dreams preparing them for? We have the Eight of Pentacles coming out first. So I feel like this new beginning, sweets, has a lot to do with your ability to finish something that you've already started. It's like this either has to do with a sense of accomplishment, your material world, your hard work, a new job opportunity for some of you, but it definitely feels like you have to finish something that you've already started. So I don't believe that this is like a blank slate that requires a leap of faith. It literally feels like you have to put in the hard work. Like you've already started it, you've sown the seeds, you've had the idea, you just need to get to that point where you're going to take action now. So I really believe that they want you to finish something that you've already started. What has group one already started, Spirit? What are their dreams trying to tell them about this one card? You got to put in the hard work. They keep saying put in the hard work. The second card I have for you is the Death card reversed, which shows two axolotls in this deck. So this Death card reversed, group one, what do they want you to focus on, and what do they want you to kind of finish? It feels like this has to do with you accepting something for what it is. Life isn't easy. Well, sometimes we have to knuckle up, toughen up, and keep moving forward. This is a transformative process, so it's not easy. It's not at all easy. All of us cope different to how change comes into our lives. But there is a strong emphasis here on you delaying the progress of things by not accepting that it is changing. I believe this death card has to do with you letting go of someone or an aspect of your life that is now, this is a horrible way of saying it, but deceased. We can't go back to it. It has finished. It has ended. We have to move forward. That death card is also encouraging you, group 1, to embrace this as a transformative cycle in terms of what you're letting go of, you will receive back in a new way, in a more appropriate way. What you're letting go of, you will receive back in a new way, in a more appropriate way. So I feel, group 1, like that death card reversed is really encouraging you to use your time right now to be able to reconcile and accept that your life is changing. Some things aren't going to look the same, but you have to continue what you started. You have to finish what you started. You have to put in that hard work so that you can celebrate the new beginnings. It's going to be tricky in the midterm, that messiness of having to close those old cycles, but it's very important that you create space in your life for what is coming for you. Now let's really look into what is coming for you. Why is their commitment being tested here? What is coming for group 1, Spirit? What are their dreams preparing them for? The Four of Swords. First of all, the hard work that you put in now will be supplemented with equal amounts of rest. You do not have to just plow through this difficulty without, taking time afterwards to rest. I see that whatever hard work you put in will be supplemented with rest once the task is done. I see with your commitment being tested that this has to do with you just finishing this once and for all, so that when you are finished, you can take time off. So they're really encouraging you not to give up, because not only are you close to kind of getting through this difficult period in your life, this potentially stressful period in your life, but the time to rest is right around the corner as well. Spirit, what do they need to do here with that opal card? What hard work and action do they need to take? Eight of Cups. Your actions have to do with walking away from a situation that is no longer emotionally serving. Now, honestly, with the opal card here, some of you are walking away from a job because it is just not worth the money anymore. Others of you are walking away from a situation that has been taking you for granted and hasn't been giving you the opportunity to evolve. So you've evolved from it. You've become bigger than what you were tethered to. It's kind of ridiculous. They're showing me like this grown person holding a stone, and this rock isn't going to take you anywhere anymore. You're the one carrying it around. And it feels like you're upgrading to something bigger, not necessarily more of a challenge, but just more of like an equal opportunity, something that matches how much you've grown. So I do want to clarify this 5th chakra. Spirit, what do you want group 1 to say? What are their dreams? 3 of Swords, and the High Priestess. Have a look at that, group 1. 3 of Swords with the High Priestess. When it comes to speaking your truth, Spirit is saying no matter how difficult, no matter how difficult, it's very important that you do speak your truth, because speaking your truth is going to set you free. I do sense heartbreak. I sense a difficult conversation that may cause somebody to cry. I do think that this 3 of Swords is referencing a sorrow because of what you need to say. But I also think that once we say it, we're expanding our opportunities with that 3 full stop. We're offering ourselves more growth, and we're leaving the conversation out for us to be able to discuss some things that we have been concealing for a long time. With that High Priestess there, your dreams are encouraging you to harness your power. And I think that your words may not be your strongest suit in this situation, but I do think that when you know within your being that something is right and something is wrong and something needs to be said, you have to honor that feeling. And it feels like you're really being called to honor what you are feeling. Your dreams are a manifestation of what your intuition has also been telling you, which is that you have a lot of power here when it comes to the decisions you make and the words that you choose in order to set you free. That 3 of Swords could be a very difficult conversation. I don't want to gloss over that, but I do want you to know that we have these conversations in order to set ourselves free, to expand our opportunities, and people have these conversations with us to set us free and to expand our opportunities. It may feel like we're losing something in that conversation, but we're actually cutting a cord and allowing something else to come in, something more fitting. It feels like you need to cut cords and allow things to come towards you. But I do see that a lot of this has to do with finishing something that you have already started. What action do they need to take in order to finish this, Spirit, with that 5th chakra? We have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright position. So I see here, group 1, that your dreams have been encouraging reciprocity, equal give and take. With whoever or whatever you're dealing with here, it will give as much as you give, but you almost need to set the trend here with 5th chakra Archangel Gabriel. Once you open that conversation, you too will receive information, but you almost have to open it first. You almost have to start it first. This 5th chakra and your dreams has been also encouraging you to stay communicative and expressive to people who you know are going to give as much as you give. Now, this also feels like repaying a debt. So it does feel like you have loose ends here that are kind of stopping you from progressing. And I think it's really important, group 1, that when given the opportunity, or when creating or taking the opportunity, you need to say and do what you can in order to move forward and tie up these loose ends. That 6 of Pentacles can sometimes indicate debt, or feeling like you are owed something, feeling like someone owes you something, or feeling like you owe someone something. So it's really important that you pay attention to what your dreams are trying to tell you in that respect. Maybe you're dreaming of a specific person, or maybe you're dreaming of a situation, or you're having dreams of someone taking something from you, or you taking something from them. It feels like we have to kind of balance this out with the 6 of Pentacles upright and reset the scales. Whether we took or whether they took, we have to balance this out with reciprocity. Is there anything else you want them to know about that message, Spirit? They're showing me the Lovers card with the Knight of Cups. So for most of you, this is a love situation, straight up. For others of you, this is somebody that you care about deeply, and you have to make a decision on how to move this relationship forward. You have to figure out how within your actions and your pure intentions, you can move this situation forward. The Lovers card is a clear decision, and that Knight of Cups is heartfelt action. So taking action based on what you feel is right within your being. I also think that Knight of Cups is a display of affection and kind of putting your heart on your sleeve a little bit, being honest through your actions about what your intentions are, talking about your feelings as well, sweets. There seems to be someone in your life that you need to open up to, whether this is romantic feelings, whether these are uncomfortable, sad, heavy feelings that we need to discuss with someone we love. You need to be open and you need to communicate how you are feeling. Now, I do want you to know that I see a new beginning here. I think this new beginning now has a lot to do with how we reconcile the past, how we discuss and cut cords with certain things in order to move forward, how we choose to invest our effort and our actions. And I want to clarify with this a new gown, how this is going to progress, because I do see with this a new gown card that many of you are being put in a situation where you have to kind of wear your confidence like armor, and you have to act in a way where you feel confident in what you're doing in order to be successful. It's almost like that fake it till you make it mentality, even though you may be nervous, even though it may take a lot of bravery and courage to do what you feel you need to do. That a new gown is reminding you of that wonderful feeling you have when you wear an outfit that you're very proud of. That feeling of like, I'm unstoppable, I am me, 100% me, and nothing can hold me back. Feeling that confidence, that flair, that optimism. So what is this new gown card preparing them for? Movement. I see movement. I also see reciprocity of feelings. So if you've been struggling to share feelings with someone, I see a really nurturing person who will give you a safe space to open up, whether these are romantic feelings or whether you need to open up about your mental health and how you've been struggling. I do see someone really nurturing and kind, just listening. And honestly, they're showing up as the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person also has deep feelings for you. But clarifying that new beginning, we have the Devil card reversed, the Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So what this Devil card reversed is saying is that this new opportunity has absolutely a chance to set you free. It has the chance to kind of help you understand how the situation is in your hands. Some of you may have perceived a new beginning of this nature as an unhealthy attachment. I can't have that, or I can't go near that because it's not right. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for me. I shouldn't do those things, or I can't have that person. Whatever this is with this new gown, the Devil card reversed is saying that this new beginning is actually going to prove to you how you can have these wonderful things and come from a place of like, this isn't bad, this isn't unhealthy, this isn't going to make you the villain. Some of you are very hesitant about stepping towards your new beginnings for fear of how others see you, is what it feels like, for fear of how others are going to think of you or talk about you, especially if this involves your community. Like if for some reason friends or family or just people are privy to this information, you feel afraid of what they're going to say, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with how little they care. Like at the end of the day, with that Devil card reversed, it's really about you feeling more in control and feeling like you have 2 feet on solid ground again, feeling like your life is in your hands again. Some of you have lost a lot of control over this issue, over procrastinating and trying to delay this. We have the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Wands as well. So I do see quick movement here with this new beginning. I see really quick movement, and I also see courage. So it's not going to be easy, but it also is only going to ask of you what you already possess. You already have the ability to achieve this. So whatever it is that you need to kind of muster, whether it's courage or strength or energy, you already have it, and there will be time to heal and rest afterwards. Your commitment to a goal that you've had for some time is being tested here. You've been waiting for this opportunity, and now that it's happening, it is up to you how badly you actually want it. What are you willing to do in order to have this? Now, I want to clarify that procrastinating card one more time. Is there anything else they need to know? We have the Nine of Wands. So sweets, if this is really causing you pain, anxiety, and even just anxiousness as a nervous sort of energy, not necessarily as an anxiety sort of issue, you really need to be careful with this Nine of Wands about how you go about this, because there may be an easier way to do it. If you're really working yourself up and causing yourself physical pain, there may be a better way to do this. I do think that if you've experienced delays, it's because you haven't fully appreciated how much is at your disposal in terms of what other action you can take, what words can you use. Your communication and your action seems to be very pivotal in you moving forward from this. And I think with that Thorny Devil card, it almost feels like, Group 1, your dreams are really encouraging you to, first of all, not give up, because you need to finish what you started. You're on the verge of something new, and it's going to move very quickly, but you're going to be passionate about it. You may need to kind of fight for it, but it's not any more than what you already possess. There will be a time to heal and rest, but now is not the time to give up. Say what you must, speak your truth, know that your actions are very powerful. What you decide and how you choose to move towards this opportunity is going to change the outcome exponentially. I see a very loving person being able to support you, whether they just give you advice or they have an open ear for you to listen to. And I see that they really don't want you to give up, But you also need to appreciate that this situation could be approached from an easier direction. If you are being met with that much resistance, then it is probably because you're making things much harder than it needs to be. So that is what I'm seeing for you, group 1. That's what I believe your dreams are telling you. Back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I firmly believe that your dreams are encouraging you to start moving forward in a more positive direction, in a more fortunate direction, a direction that will be able to expand your opportunities and give you more of the good fortune that you feel is already owed to you. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it did help sort of you figure out what these messages and even your subconscious thoughts were trying to tell you. I'm going to take this into the extended now, group 1, where we will be having a look at the outcome of this situation, what else you need to know about this situation. We're going to have a look at that Queen of Cups energy, just to kind of clarify how they will receive your communication. We're going to have a look at any challenges you need to be made aware of. We're going to really focus on the outcome and how you can get the best opportunity out of this, or the best outcome out of this opportunity. So if you'd like to join me in the extended, the link will be in the description box below. I shall see you there. Before you go, thank you so much for all of your support right here on YouTube, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. We are doing a What Are Your Dreams Trying to Tell You reading today. I've been very excited to do this reading, as I'm pretty sure a lot of us have been having crazy dreams. I did a poll on my community section of this channel, and it usually just shows up in your main feed on YouTube, and I think there was 5,000 people that ended up voting. So a lot of us seem to be impacted by our dreams lately, or at least a lot of us have an opinion on our dreams lately. So thank you so much to everyone that voted. Let's get into it, group 2. We're looking at what are your dreams telling you. I've got your oracle cards out here. You can see them in the second camera. Without swearing, I'm kind of tongue-tied. I have a lot of messages here about love for you. A lot of symbolism in your dreams seem to have to do with love. I heard that this is also your daydreams as well. A lot of you have been daydreaming about love. Now, I have a few scenarios to rattle off for you. As I was shuffling, they came out very strongly. Obviously, I'm struggling to communicate, so I'm going to hold on to my Amazonite crystal and let's get into it. So, first scenario I'm seeing, Sweet Pea, is that you have a romantic interest here who has been trying to get your attention. The way that they've been going about it may be a little bit unhelpful at times. I feel like they could either be more straightforward with the way they're trying to communicate, or they have been trying to kind of get your attention in a very grabbing way. Spirit saying unorthodox, so it may be coming about in a different way to not what you're used to experiencing when someone's interested in you. I feel like this love interest is a hint at an opportunity in romance, and I think your dreams have been helping you process your feelings for them. There are other messages as well, but we got to get this loved one out of the way because it came out so strongly. So what I'm seeing with this love interest is that your dreams with them involve understanding how they make you feel. And I feel like this person is very attracted to you. I think that they're very attracted to you physically. I feel like there is a strong connection to wanting to touch each other. And it's more of a I need to feel you feeling. I believe that you don't really know how you feel 100% about this person. I think that you've kind of come from a period of where you may have been single for a long time, or you may have had no interest in a long time, or you may have just had no interest in looking at people like that for a while, and then it feels like you're getting a lot of interest. Some of you are dealing with more than one romantic interest right now, but I want to say that your dreams are trying to help you understand how to balance out your options and how to actually look at things objectively and realistically with this new moon and Libra card. Your dreams are helping you understand the pros and the cons in the situation, the yes and the no's, the loves and the loathes. I do think that the thing about this person is they don't seem to come through as the most ideal love interest. For drop bear to come out, this person is a bit of a tease, and the way that they communicate may not be the most direct way to communicate. Instead of telling you how they feel, they may do weird things to kind of make it look like they're interested instead, or they may do things that are the complete opposite of showing you that they're interested, and you're like, why are you flirting with someone else if you're interested in me? That kind of behavior. I do believe with the temple path that your dreams are strongly encouraging you to just be patient with how you feel and to let your feelings kind of rise to the surface. But you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing like still water and then little bubbles slowly sort of rising to the surface. So it's taking you a while to understand how you feel about this person. I'm getting that this is someone who's very attracted to your sensuality, the way you look, the way you smell, the way you sound. They have a very visual and physical representation of you. So I don't believe this is someone that you've communicated with a lot. In fact, if you haven't, I think a conversation with them would help you clear things up. I'm hearing that some of you will be less interested in them as soon as you talk to them. The thing is, despite this person's interest in you and your interest in them, I also believe your dreams are highlighting to you how you kind of are over-romanticizing an aspect of your life, because it feels like the temple path is encouraging you to kind of just slow down. Regardless of you having urges or attraction, it feels like the temple path is like rest and maybe reconsider. It's almost like what you're romanticizing isn't the best possible option. And I think with citrine quartz here, most of you are going to be pivoting from one thing to the other very soon. So if this isn't entirely romance, the other thing that I'm seeing is that a lot of you are dreaming and romanticizing aspects of your life while also having some major developments in your material world. From nothing to everything tells me that while your romance situation may be dry or maybe spicy, there is another aspect in your life here that is gaining momentum. And it feels like you're needing to kind of actually focus on that, but your dreams are a form of escapism at times. And I do see your interest being shifted, but I also see that the reason why we're going from this to that is because that is not only attractive, but filled with opportunity. The citrine quartz is telling me that very soon your confusion is going to clear, because the obvious solution is not only going to be obvious, but it's also going to make you feel optimistic. It's going to recharge you with a sense of vitality with this citrine quartz, and it's going to make you feel like, wow, that is something I can't afford to miss. So the thing about your dreams at the moment is they feel like they literally are escaping. They're helping you rest. They're helping you recharge. They're helping you have your little fantasies. And they're also just trying to kind of keep you passive until the right thing comes along. Because with citrine quartz here, I do believe that you are currently recharging like a citrine quartz crystal, and gaining optimism, gaining that sense of like, look what I can do and look what I do have and look at how wonderful life can be with your romanticized mind, ready for that expansive horizon. That number 23 for me is going from like A and B to a vast horizon of opportunity. So I do see your confusion waning. I see that happening with time though. I don't see that happening based on action. And I think that if you communicated a little bit more with this person that you're interested in, some of you will realize like, wow, this isn't exactly a full-on hit. I think that this is someone who is not entirely sure of what they want either. And I think that's where you're at, sweets. I think that's why you've attracted them, is because you're not entirely sure of what you want either. There's a confusion energy here. So we're going to clarify some things here with tarot. Let's go straight for the drop bear. let's go straight for that drop bear. Spirit, what does group 1 need to know about this drop bear? Oh my days, drop bear. What are their dreams trying to tell them about this drop bear? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. We have that Queen of Pentacles. Oh, okay, dang. Dang, that card tried to flip itself. We have the Magician. What do they need to know about this drop bear? We have the Six of Pentacles. What is the outcome with this drop bear? Spirit's like, you're not supposed to do that here. I wasn't supposed to ask about the outcome until your extended reading, but I just had to know. I had to know. The Hermit and the Ten of Cups. Okay. Is that with them? It's not all bad. It's not all bad. It can be improved, is what Spirit's saying. So for some of you, this drop bear, yeah, they're going about it in a bad way, but it's not all bad. I think that for some of you, if you're interested in this drop bear, listen, this drop bear could make you very happy, but it's going to take time. It's going to take communication. Naturally, every relationship is hard work, and it's going to take a more structured approach. Like, you kind of need to be more heavy-footed, not just sort of tiptoeing and dancing around each other. We need to kind of come in like bang, bang, bang. I'm here, I'm interested, are you? You know, being very direct is what I feel, especially with that Queen of Pentacles flipping and turning. I feel like we're here and then we're not here. We're invested and then we're not invested. We're looking and then we're not looking. So the thing about this drop bear is I feel like as a love interest, there is a lot of potential here. In fact, things will change very quickly once communication is more consistent and direct, once confidence is kind of more raging, like this citrine quartz is trying to help you do. Your dreams are trying to remind you of how beautiful you are, of how handsome you are, of how sensual you are, of how attractive you are, full stop, regardless of gender. It just feels like we need to believe that in order to be successful with this drop bear. Because it's not that this drop bear is taking advantage of the fact that you don't realize, but it's like they're mirroring your actions. So where you aren't confident, this person's like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Like, getting the cold feet here. This person's backing out. I don't want to get rejected. Oh, I'm just going to bow out a little bit. But I feel like this drop bear is a very consistent love interest up until this point. So the thing is, you need to know that this person will give as much as you give with the Six of Pentacles. For as long as you're willing to give to them, they will give back to you. That Magician card is telling me that you actually have a lot of control in this situation. You have a lot of their attention. So this person is paying attention to a lot of the subtle things you do, but they are more inclined to attach themselves to the big moments, the big things. And I feel like this is someone that operates off of principles. So if you were to ignore this person because you were busy and you didn't see them, they would really cling to that and they would go, wow, group 2 didn't even say hello to me today. Like, they must really not like me. You know, like, this is a principle-based person, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician. Yes, they notice little subtle things, like a little kind of like look or a little like, hi, how are you moments, but they are keeping tabs of some of the bigger moments as well. And it's those like out of principle. If you're interested in someone, you're gonna say hello and you're gonna show your interest in that way. So the Queen of Pentacles tells me that this person is operating from a sense of structure. So they have maybe a more traditional way of looking at love or relationships, if this isn't full-blown romance, though for most of you it is. They may be approaching it from, you know, a structured sense, so they want to be careful, they want to kind of cross their T's and dot their I's, and first base, second base, blah, blah, you know, following it progressively, not missing things, being very careful, being very patient, being very practical. Because they come from that position, they may have a list of the things that they kind of want to do first before they kind of take things to a next level with you. I feel like it's going to take time with a person like this, but they will give as much as you choose to give to them. They will show you as much of themselves as you choose to show to themselves. And I feel like this person is very chatty with the Magician card here. I can't ignore the fact that Gemini seems to be one of their rulers. So we have a Mercury energy here of this person just wanting to communicate. And I think that once communication opens up, some of these white lies that the drop bear was insinuating could clear up very quickly. We're going to realize that some things were assumptions, other things were just little glitches of errors made of inconsistent information. So the outcome is the 10 of Cups, and they did show me the full card when I clarified it was them. So I do see that taking a leap of faith towards this person would be a wise thing to do, as it could lead to a lot of happiness. And I believe this drop bear does back, what they say with their actions, but it's just a very reciprocal situation. They're not going to overextend themselves. They're waiting for more confirmation in a more obvious way with that Magician card that they should invest their time and their energy with that Queen of Pentacles. This person comes through as someone who has a lot to offer, especially from a material standpoint. They may even have children that they got to consider. So they're going to be very careful about who they step towards. They want to be very careful. Now, Spirit, clarify this from nothing to everything energy. What else is shifting in Group 2's life? We have the 7 of Cups. So going from confusion into clarity, your dreams are trying to help you process your options and process how you feel about all your different options and choices. Your dreams are also trying to highlight to you that there is only one true choice that you should make in terms of what you're confused about. Clarify that from nothing to everything, please, Spirit. We have the Sun reversed. Yeah, this is something that you should do because you're afraid of losing it, or you're afraid of it not working out. I feel like this from nothing to everything. You may be at a point where you're not happy about an area of your life, but it's not to the point where you're completely full-blown depressed. It could just be that this situation has been sort of nagging at you and pulling you down over time, and your dreams are trying to highlight just how oppressive and sort of unhappy you actually are about this. Your dreams are also encouraging you to take action towards the things that make you happy by reminding you that, your happiness is your responsibility. From nothing to everything tells me that your dreams have been helping you try to catch up on a period that you may have recently been through in your life, where you were very down and out, where you were very sad. Maybe you do need time to kind of heal and recover from that and appreciate that you're no longer in that space. So for some of you, your dreams have actually been helping you catch up with your reality and the fact that you've been growing, you've been evolving, and you've been progressing, and things are not where they used to be in terms of that sad and really lonely place. Is there anything else they need to know about that from nothing to everything card? Are there any other shifts that they need to be aware of? Any other shifts that they need to be aware of? Knight of Wands. We might have to clarify this in the extended because I'm not getting anything specific. I'm just getting energy and mindset. So we're being shown the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So the only other thing about that from nothing to everything card is that as your world continues to turn and as the time and your reality continues to roll by, I do believe that you're going to soon be faced with an opportunity here to take things in a new direction. It feels like it's the kind of direction that you're not planning. It just kind of happens, and all of a sudden opportunity's knocking at your door and saying, hey, do you have your bag packed? And you're like, what? What's going on? And it's a very attractive attractive invitation. It's a very attractive opportunity. It's something that piques your passionate interest, and it is something that also stimulates your creative sort of vessel. It's something that could make you very happy, but ultimately happiness is in your hands. The thing about this opportunity, the only reason you would say no is that with the Seven of Wands, you may need to make some difficult decisions or put a lot of effort into getting this opportunity off the ground. It makes me think of like an unexpected move or a spontaneous holiday. And in order to pull it off, you've got to kind of get your paperwork ready in short notice, or you've got to kind of make sure that your house is empty on short notice, you know, little things like that. It's going to take a kind of stamina, a little burst of effort in order to do it. So if you're put off by the work that is required on short notice, you may be like hesitant to take this opportunity. But for most of you, although it's coming out of like nowhere, you're going to be so enticed that you're going to actually say yes. So we're going to explore that more in the extended, but that is something your dreams have been preparing you for. There is a spontaneous invitation here that will really kind of not only spice up your life, but has the potential to make you happy and bring back some passion that you weren't expecting to experience. I do want to clarify, gosh, where should we go to next? How much time do we have? We still got some time. Let us clarify this temple path moment. I know that that's fairly self-explanatory, so I won't dwell on it for too long, but why should they be resting right now, Spirit? Why is this temple path moment so important? They're showing me the Ten of Swords because you are in recovery mode, sweets. You were closing out a difficult cycle. Some of y'all have actually been betrayed. Some of you have actually gone through something quite triggering and difficult with somebody else where they made you feel like, you know, you were either another option or they really put you through the ringer and made you doubt that this was ever going to end. For others of you, it's not a person, it's not even a relationship, it's literally a whole moment in your life where for that specific period, you just felt like you weren't getting any wins, and it was all kind of weighing on you to the point where you did feel like you had 10 swords in your back. So this temple path moment is like your dreams are just encouraging you to take advantage of your moments to rest and heal. Your dreams are encouraging you to validate how you feel. They're saying, yes, you should be tired and you should be burnt out and you should feel sad because, man, you went through it. Feel those feelings. Validate yourself. That was a difficult experience and you have every reason to feel tired or burnt out or just betrayed for some of you. So I feel like your dreams are helping validate what you've been processing, because that Ten of Swords, with that kind of betrayal, gaslighting could even have been involved. You could have had people around you telling you it's not that big of a deal, or that's not true, that's not what you're going through, suck it up, it's not as bad as you think. Just kind of really minimizing or gaslighting, straight up gaslighting you. So that temple path, that rest moment is essential for you right now. Last thing to clarify, we kind of talked about this relationship. Let's talk about that citrine quartz. What else is their dreams telling them about that citrine quartz, please, Spirit? Okay. Ooh, I'm going to have to clarify one more card, please. Citrine quartz, please, Spirit. Dang it. We got 5 cards. Ay, Dios mío. We also have the Empress at the bottom deck energy. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I feel like Spirit has big plans for you, but you're showing up as someone who doesn't want a bar of it. You're looking like someone who's like, I'm done. No more plans, Spirit. I'm out. I don't want anything to do with this. No more. Done. So the thing about that citrine quartz is, sweets, you have a lot of opportunity around you and your dreams are trying to help you understand that and appreciate that. Don't complain and say the universe never does anything for me, because you have so much sitting around you, and I feel like the truth is you haven't been 100% ready for it yet. You're not 100% ready to move forward. So the universe has been very patient with you while you catch up on your past and you're healing. The universe has just been patiently accruing your good karma, because I feel like this is my group who has been through it. You guys have been through it. You have a lot to heal, and you have a lot of impact because of what you've been through. You are someone who has the potential to act as a guiding light for others, depending on how much of your past you're willing to share. You have the potential to really help people and move people through their own healing. But I feel like most of you aren't ready. I feel like most of you are still playing catch up with your past. Most of you aren't planning anything big, and most of you are trying to minimize how much you take on right now. But this citrine quartz is preparing you, recharging you through your dreams, preparing you for expansion. And I feel like you haven't planned anything, but the universe is going to deliver you options very soon. You're going to start to be sort of given little bits of good fortune to see how well you cope. And it's going to start off small with this Two of Wands reversed, ultimately building you up to this full moment, this opportunity to really take things to the next level, depending on how much you're willing to take on board. I think it's going to start small by way of like maybe giving you a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, I can't get too specific, but just building your confidence up again, because the goal here is to completely turn things around. But until you feel ready enough and you start allowing yourself to take more on by healing what has happened in your past, and for some of you it was your recent past, so it's really fresh, it's going to be a slow process, and you have every right to go, no, I don't want this. And the universe has to listen, because it's your life. So if you don't want to do something, then you won't do something. That's the thing. But I'm seeing you turning down a lot of potential, and a lot of potential is coming its way towards you. This is nothing that you were expecting. This is nothing that you had planned for yourself, but it is definitely a hugely fortunate and potential opportunity. It's filled with a lot of potential and a lot of good fortune with that King of Wands. And it has the ability to help you express some of the things that you've been through, while also acting as a guiding light for others. So it may not be hoodoo voodoo spirituality like some of us, but it has every potential to heal others. So it's a big deal, group 2. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group 2. I'm going to take this into the extended now, where we will get further information about your dreams and what they're trying to tell you. I want to look further into your love life. I'm going to be clarifying each of your guidance cards to clarify exactly what it is that your dreams are telling you. We're going to have a look at the outcome of the situation further in depth as well when it comes to this love interest. We're going to have a look at what is next for you in depth. I really want to have a look at where this from nothing to everything energy is taking you, and where these opportunities are going to take you. I see you ending a difficult cycle and needing to focus on healing now, but what is next for you? I do see physical appreciation, so I might just touch on that, but basically we're just going to have a much more in-depth version of this reading. It's literally going to be an extended and covering anything that I have missed from the first part of your reading. So if you'd like to join me in that extended reading, the link is in the description box. I shall see you there. Before you go, wherever you're going, group 2, thank you so much for all of your support here on YouTube. I really appreciate your time and energy. It's been a pleasure to read for you, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be asking Spirit, what are your dreams trying to tell you? So today's reading, I've already shuffled out some oracle cards for us to go over, and I'm going to explain to you what I'm seeing already, and then we're going to get some tarot out to clarify messages before going into the extended reading as well. So you've got some interesting themes here, group 3. I feel like your dreams have been trying to help you process quite a few different things. Based on what I'm seeing here, there's something about the future that seems to be making you very nervous, and that's kind of what your dreams are trying to help you with. Your dreams are trying to help you process something that is up and coming, and it feels like this is more like an anxious feeling. There's no real clarity in thought. It's just that your dreams seem to be highlighting that this is something that you are very anxious about. I believe your dreams are also trying to tell you that you have a new cycle beginning in your life that has to do with bringing things into balance. For most of you, this is to do with a partnership that you already have with this new moon in Libra. It feels like you already have this person in your life, but for others of you, with this angel of balance, it's like your dreams are trying to encourage you to bring balance to your life by focusing on partnerships as well. Not just in the romantic sense. For a lot of you, this is just your dreams helping you realize where you have deficits in your experience here on earth. And for most of you, there seems to be a deficit in friendship with the 11th house being here reversed. I also believe that your dreams are trying to help you come to terms with the way that your future is shaping up to be, because it feels like there is a sense of unfulfillment in how our present circumstances are, and it feels like we're prolonging that feeling instead of recognizing that we can do more to sort of change that outcome. And I believe that your dreams are showing you how you are both the predator and the deer here. With the deer and the lion, it's like this feeling of being both the predator and prey, being both the victim and the predator in this case. So I almost feel like your dreams switch between you feeling really anxious and afraid versus you really like becoming the thing that is hunting, right? So some of you may have some very scary dreams at night, and they could very well be nonsensical most times, because it feels like your dreams are just a collection of thoughts whirring around with this 11th house reversed energy and this angel of balance reversed. It's like your dreams have an exhausting feeling to them, or even honestly with this new moon, it just feels like it's like a blackout time of our night, and then we wake up and we're like, okay, I'm here again. But this 23 is interesting, because this 23 is telling me that some of your dreams linger into your awake period as well. So whatever you dream about, you wake up and you the dream continues, or the thought continues. Even if you don't remember exactly what you dreamt about, it's like the theme continues into your daydreams and your daily thoughts. The other thing about that citrine quartz being here is, I believe, group 3, that your dreams are trying to prepare you for how things could change. And I think that this is an overwhelming feeling, because there's a lot of choices you could make, group 3, and it feels like you're very disconnected from what it is that you want to do. So it's almost like your dreams, without overwhelming you, are highlighting how much needs to be done in order to get back in the steering wheel, behind the steering wheel and in the driver's seat. So it's interesting. It's like your dreams are showing you that you have all of this. So how are you going to get it, and what are you going to do to get it? But with that fire ant here, not Hierophant, the fire ant, I can see that your dreams are trying to paint you as this type of person: powerful, persistent, community focused, and a goal achiever. So it's interesting. You may have dreams where you're like ticking boxes and very powerful and very capable and in control and a leader. And then you also probably have dreams where somebody else is taking care of you and you're the one who's in the back seat. And I think that there's this dual side to you where your dreams are highlighting that it is important for someone like you to have partnership and to have a sense of community where you're surrounded by people who you feel supported by. But I also think your dreams are trying to empower you to take more direction and to be more forward thinking here. There seems to be a lot of focus on being forward thinking based on your oracle cards. So I'm just going to see if there's anything that I've missed, but I think I'm going to keep going as well. We might just go straight into tarot, because I think that's all that I can pick up on at this moment. What are group 3's dreams trying to tell them, Spirit? What's group 3's dreams? Oh, the numbers here, of course. The numbers here could be significant. We have the number 48. That's significant. We have the number 11. We have 22, so 22. We also have 23, and we have 36. That new moon in Libra could be number 7 as well. In terms of single digits, we have the number 1, the number 2, the number 4, the number 3, the number 5, and the number 9. So they could be dates as well. That could be significant. I want to get tarot out to get a bit more specific though. Spirit, can we clarify that 11th house for group 3? What are their dreams trying to tell them with the 11th house reversed? Yeah, your dreams could be highlighting a breakdown in a friendship situation in which there are issues here due to a miscommunication, but I'll see what tarot says. What is that 11th house reverse energy, Spirit? The 4 of Cups reversed. No, I feel like it's more about your future. The Hermit, yeah. And the Page of Wands, yeah. So 3 reversals, 4 of Cups, the Hermit, and the Page of Wands, clarifying that 11th house energy. So group 3, I believe your dreams are really highlighting an opportunity that you should not be missing out on right now. It feels like something that has already been offered to you, or you're just kind of waiting to see how you feel about it. You're waiting to see whether this is something you should do, whether this is something you should step towards. Your dreams are encouraging you to actually take this offer more seriously and to look at it with more curiosity. I believe with the Page of Wands reversed, there's something about this that isn't exactly thrilling. It feels serious. It feels like we have to kind of look at this as, okay, so our future is in our hands. So if we're disappointed and if this is a missed opportunity, that's something that we have to live with. Now, the interesting thing about this energy is it's not that we're going to miss out on something huge. It's that we're going to miss out on an opportunity that will help us expand. It's not like a free car or anything. It's like an opportunity to go to the dealership, get connected with the salesman who may sell us our dream car. That's what it feels like. It's like you're missing an opportunity here, and it could be an opportunity to be social and to stay connected to your best future outcome, your best timeline. But it does feel like friends and socialness has something to do with this. So society, maybe not society as a whole, but it feels like friendship has something to do with this, staying connected. I believe this is an opportunity that could help you expand, but a lot of you are looking at this as, I'm not ready yet. I need to grow up more. I'm too immature. I'm too naive, or I don't have enough information. It's not really something that I'm that passionate about. It's still an incredible opportunity that could help you expand. And I believe with the Hermit card reversed, some of you have been listening to false advice on what you should do here. People who have their best interest at heart have been telling you what to do, when actually you should be listening to it as, how can I grow from this experience? And who could I talk to who has my best interest at heart? The other reason that Hermit reversed is there is, I also think that someone did kind of tell you that you should do this and you ignored what they said. So it gives me vibes of like an area of your life that will help you improve your future, but it's not going to just be boom bang, you know, there's like little steps in between. And that's why you may have just looked at it and go, I don't want to do that. Like, that's not even the career I want, or that's not even the car I want to drive, or that's not even the type of people I want to be associated with. Like, we'll have nothing in common. But actually going to that convention, or going to that dealership, or going to that community rally, whatever it is, will put you in a position to gain more opportunities to be in the ideal future outcome that you seem to be wanting for yourself, or that is best for you. Because I don't think that you entirely understand how much potential you have. With this Page of Wands reversed, a lot of you don't recognize how much potential you have. You have a lot of potential here that is untapped, and you're telling yourself that you're not ready, that you need more time, and that you aren't good enough, some of you. And the truth is, you've outgrown your current circumstances. So this opportunity has been like, and it's like, how long are you going to take before you open the door, basically? That's what I'm seeing with that 11th house reversed. Your dreams are trying to tell you to pay more attention to the opportunities you have because you've outgrown your present situation. It's not supposed to be like this. So speaking of that angel of balance and new moon in Libra, are they corresponding, Spirit? What is that link there between that angel of balance and the new moon in Libra? What is the link for group 3? We have the Four of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands reverse. So the link between the new moon in Libra and angel of balance has to do with you holding on to what is important. So I see for some of you there is a relationship here worth fighting for. The thing about this is I feel like either the efforts have been inconsistent with that Knight of Wands reversed, or our source of inspiration that is inspiring us to act is outdated. It's like you need to bring passion back, or you need to bring excitement back, or you need to kind of remind yourself of why this relationship is important to you. What kind of relationship is this to group 3, Spirit? Is it family, friends, or lovers? 3 of Cups reverse. For most of you, this is a friend. Most of you, this is a friend. For a smaller portion of you, this is a friendship that has the potential to become a romance. That's why a new cycle in romance begins here with this new moon in Libra. However, you are not on the same page as this person. And again, there's a lot of potential here that is untapped. I think that you need to remind yourself of why you are having these sorts of connecting feelings to this person. And I think that for some of you, this could look like spending a trip together, traveling together, or traveling to each other. It feels like there's a person here in your life that you need to kind of work on your relationship with. They're a close friend, could be turning into a romantic lover for you. And I think you need to either travel to see them, or the two of you should travel together to kind of bring that spark back, that chemistry back. This is not someone that you should be letting go of. This is someone who you should be holding on to, apparently, and your dreams are trying to highlight that important relationship to you. What about this lion and the deer, Spirit? This sort of victim mentality, the magician. Oh, so this lion and the deer card down here from Rumi's deck, there's a message in the deck for you. Actually, I've got to read that out afterwards, but it's being clarified by the magician reversed, the 7 of Wands, and that 2 of Cups. So let me just create a little space here, and I'm going to read Rumi's passage for the lion and the deer. The lion and the deer. Okay. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly toward heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair in yearning, your joy leads the way. You will be the kingdom and the king. You'll be paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. Holy heck, that's not the message that I was expecting. Balancing dual aspects of your personality. To be fair, we all have this within ourselves, I suppose. We all have that sort of side of us that is, again, like whether it comes down to femininity and masculinity, or whether it is the lion and the deer, the frail and the strong. So it's almost like your dreams are highlighting that there is a time to be kind of cautious and careful, and then there is also a time to be action orientated. And the odd thing about your current circumstances is that you need to execute both in different aspects of your life. There are some aspects where you should be cautious and careful, because I'm seeing that you really don't have all the information nor the confidence to achieve what it is that your ambitions are driving you towards. However, I'm also seeing that you need to be courageous and take action like a lion would, without hesitating, towards other aspects of your life which seem to have to do with your feelings or your decision making and compromising with someone around you. I feel like with the 2 of Cups coming out, This lion and deer energy, there is someone in your life who you need to see eye to eye with. And when I say you need to, it's because you want to. And I see that you can have this. You can see eye to eye with this person. They are impacting your ability to feel confident in the decisions that you make. For some of you, this could be a parent figure, someone that you look up to. For others of you, they're not a parent, but they are someone that you look up to, and it's like you want their blessing. It would mean a lot for you to be able to move forward with their blessing, and you want their confidence in the choices that you make and in the fact that you're doing this for the right reasons. With that Seven of Wands, it's almost like you are fighting to prove yourself in the situation, and you have to embellish, or use, should I say, both caution and also courage like a lion and bravery like a lion. You've got to kind of go for it, but you also need to be very careful about how you do it. So I think your dreams have been helping you sort of paint scenarios and figure out what that looks like for you and the best way to do that for you, depending on your personality. I will say, if you are concerned, and I think you are, I'm seeing a lot of good fortune here with citrine quartz. 23 is my lucky number. So I'm seeing a lot of good fortune here for you. And I want to clarify that citrine quartz straight off the cuff. So, my gosh, group 3, please, Spirit. Can we clarify what is happening with the citrine quartz? What are their dreams trying to tell them? We have the High Priestess here in the reverse. So your dreams are trying to definitely show you the different variables, the different opportunities you have. Your dreams are trying to remind you, however, that nothing is set in stone. The thing about this High Priestess reverse group 3 is that literally anything can happen. The future has not been written yet. It is absolutely in your hands. You have choices. And if you're dealing with somebody else, group 3, they have choices too, okay? You have options, they have options. And this is also a bit of a wake-up call for some of you. This is supposed to kind of help you light that fire and really take action towards what you want. Because if you don't, it's not going to necessarily wait around for you. It's going to continue moving forward, and if it is ultimately meant for you, eventually it will find you again. But it feels like you're trying to be synced up to something now instead of all the way into the future. That's what it feels like to me. It's like I'm seeing two kind of giant planets just like orbiting. And there's coming up to this like alignment where you could connect now, or you're going to have to wait for years and years and years and years and years until it happens again. I may not know the timeline though. I'm just using years and years and years and years as an example. That's not obviously going to be the case for all of you, but it feels like you could either have it now, or we delay the process even longer, choosing a different outcome through inaction. And maybe it'll find us later. That's what this kind of feels like for you. You're syncing up to your best sort of timeline. So what is happening here? The happy ending. You could have your happy ending a lot sooner than you expected. I see your happy ending involves partnership for sure. Your happy ending involves developments in your individual self, your passion, feeling like you have the ability to explore aspects that you haven't yet, whether this has to do with your career, but it feels more like your personality. It feels more like your personality is craving experience. And I see that you have that ability now to get that expansion and that happy ending. I do feel like you are someone who could learn a lot and gain a lot from the people that you connect with. It feels like they're trying to connect you with someone. For most of you, this is just a friend. But again, there's that small portion of you, which is actually about a third of you, who this friend will turn into a life partner. And I believe that this person can inspire you and continue to help you to gain the experiences that your personality is craving. With that Queen of Wands, it's like you need that external inspiration now. You've hit a point in your journey where you could gain more by working with somebody else. Is there anything else they need to know about that fire ant, Spirit, before we close this reading and go into the extended? Is there anything else that group 3 should know about that fire ant card? Okay, back of the deck is the Five of Swords reversed. So the thing about a Five of Swords reversed is it feels unsettled. It feels like an argument that has had no resolution. It feels like a situation that has had no resolving conversation, like someone just said something and upset the other person and there was no resolution. So I believe that with this fire ant here, you were told that you're a person who's powerful, persistent, community focused, and a goal achiever. However, your faults to this is that you're not considering exactly what other people want as well. You're only really thinking of yourself. Some of you are assuming that what you want doesn't want you. Now, others of you are delaying your ability to move forward by delaying important conversations that you could be having with those around you about your desires. Now, I think this is about connecting you with people who can help you grow and move forward. And again, it could start as small as an acquaintance at a bloody community fair, or it could be as profound as meeting the person who is going to be your life partner, or meeting the person who sets you up in the career that you've always hoped for. I feel like with this Five of Swords reversed, there's unresolved communication here that your dreams are encouraging you to have. You've either left conversations hanging, or it's up to you to actually put that conversation out there. Now, we're being shown the Page of Swords and the King of Cups as well. So I believe what's happening here is your dreams are trying to kind of show you a balance between your curiosity and your heartfelt intentions. Now, the thing about a King of Cups is I don't trust it entirely, because this is someone who is completely in control of their emotions. They can show you how they want you to see them feel, or they can actually show you how they feel. You know, they could trick you and say, I'm feeling sad, and they show you that they're feeling sad when actually they're feeling ecstatic and happy and thrilled and manipulative. So it really is this interesting energy of like, you have the ability here to show as much as you want to, or to kind of follow as much as you want to, or you're going to become very good at hiding your true, honest feelings over time. And I think that this has something to do with you taking action towards something that your heart really wants. And you may have become very good at covering up that intention, that desire. You may have become very good at just sort of pretending like it's not actually that big of a deal. You may become very good at putting your own feelings on the back burner. Now, I think this Page of Swords is showing an opportunity here to kind of feel a flare up in those feelings, to feel it go out of control a little bit, and to have your curious mind wonder, what if I was more honest? What if I was more open? What if I was emotionally involved and emotionally ready? There's an interesting energy with that fire ant. It feels like a person provoking you to be more outspoken about how you feel and about what's on your mind. It feels like, at the very least, an opportunity for you to be more outspoken about how you feel and what's on your mind. Some of you may confide in someone about the feelings that you have missing this person who you need to be more in connection with. They might help you process this feeling of like, I'm missing out on an opportunity, but how do I seize it? They might help you process, I want my happy ending, but I feel like there's so much that I need to do. How can I seize it? They might help you balance that lion and deer energy, but I see you being more outspoken about how you're feeling and what's on your mind here. And you don't have all the answers with that Page of Swords. You're curious about your feelings. You're curious about your fears. You don't really know what to do. You're just kind of bouncing ideas around in your own head, but I also see you bouncing ideas off of somebody else as well. So group 3, that's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to what are your dreams trying to tell you. I'm going to go into the extended reading now, where we will get more guidance, more information, and just more clarity. We're going to be looking at the outcome of these situations. I'm going to have to look at all your situations, okay? Based on your current energy, what is the outcome between you and this partnership, between you and this missed opportunity, between you and this potential future happy ending, between you and, you know, we'll do each of the cards actually. We'll just do all of them because you've got a lot going on in your life right now. And then we're going to have a look at the main challenges that your dreams are highlighting, as well as how to achieve your best possible outcome here, because you guys feel very close to getting that 10 of Cups happy outcome. So we're going to do that. It's going to be a lot to cover. So I mean, you're welcome to look at the trailer if you need more convincing, but if you would like to join me in the extended reading, the link is in the description box below. It is ready when you are. So before you go wherever you're going, I do want to thank you for all of your support right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me today, Group 3, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi Group 4, and welcome to your reading today. I was about to say extended reading, but we're not there yet. Welcome Group 4. In today's Pick a Group reading, we're going to be checking in on your dreams. We're going to be asking Spirit, what are your dreams trying to tell you at this point in your life? So Group 4, I'm so glad I filmed your group. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to be able to do 4 groups. I usually run out of time, but I'm very impressed. I think I had to do a 4th group. You're very different to the other groups. You've got an interesting energy about you. And I believe that your group needed to hear this message at this time, more as a confirmation of what is coming, because I do see things coming to you. I see completion, I see re-strategizing to achieve a long-term goal, and I also see some little changes happening, some little spontaneous, flexible changes happening in order to help you get closer to a long-term manifestation and goal. So let's get into your reading. We'll have a look at the oracle cards I've already laid out for you, and then I'll be clarifying with tarot as well. So starting with this 9th house energy, Group 4, I can see that Spirit has big plans for you right now. The key word that I'm seeing is expansion. So I wouldn't be surprised if your dreams are kind of preparing you for some new horizons or some bigger ambitions or some higher aspirations by kind of introducing ambition through your dreams, and introducing things that you may actually start to do in the coming months. It reminds me of when you get to kind of taste test things before you buy them. Your dreams seem to be warming you up to this idea that you are expanding. And what this looks like for your group either has to do with travel, higher education, new cultures, or with that 9th house energy, it could even include your religion and your spirituality, expanding your mind and your knowledge in that way. The goal here is expansion, and there seems to be a synergy between what you experience within your mortal sort of vessel, as well as what your soul and your spirit is calling out for. So a dual feeling of expansion there with that 9th house. I also see that your dreams are trying to encourage you to look at the bigger picture here with that 9th house energy. They don't want you to get too stuck and focused on what is happening right in front of you or just around you. They want you to consider that your world is expanding, your cone of awareness is expanding, and so too are your opportunities. Try not to get bogged down by your present challenges, as they are only guiding you and helping you continue to evolve and expand elsewhere. I really see spontaneous change for a lot of you, so I wouldn't be surprised if, like, within the year, you come across as completely different individuals, Group 4. You feel very, very different from who you are in your dreams versus who you are now. And I think your dreams are trying to bridge that gap between who you can be within the near future. And I say the near future because I believe a year isn't that long in the grand scheme of things. It feels like it may be longer than some of you were hoping, but I do see you achieving a very long-term goal and needing that extra push to kind of get over that hurdle. Before we talk about your goal, I want to talk about this community card next. So Group 4, I can see with this community card that your group is being called to spend more social time at the moment. It almost feels like this isn't about, actually it probably is. I feel like you might be making new friends recently or soon. It kind of feels like Spirit wants you to just get out there. And they want you to be aware of what kind of personalities exist and what kind of people work well with you, and that you don't have to just be friends with the one type of person your whole life. Like, it's like Spirit wants you, no discredit to the people that are currently in your life, but Spirit wants you to consider expanding and actually growing beyond what you are currently experiencing socially, especially with this community card here. It really feels like Spirit is encouraging you to get more acquaintances and to kind of just mingle more with the people in your community. For some of you, this is even crossing over into advocacy and actual like social justice, especially if there has been a pressing social issue on your mind and you've been meaning to get more involved. I think that's what this is about, really connecting with the right community that shares your vision and your values and beliefs. But for all of you, it feels like Spirit wants you to mingle more. And this is more so about you again, getting to expand and just being aware of what opportunities are out there. A lot of opportunities find people through who they know, not necessarily where they go. It's a lot about who you know. So that's a little hint there. Your dreams are encouraging you to stay connected with those acquaintances, those people that you don't know very well, and those people who through networking could help you progress further in your pursuits, whether this is a goal based on your career, based on your interests, your political opinions, or whatever it is. It feels like Spirit's like, it's all about who you know, not necessarily where you go. And that will resonate as well for those who are pursuing higher education. I feel like that's a social thing as well. It's not just about, where you go. Spirit's like social side of it also is very important. So that's interesting. We'll clarify that with tarot later, but I do want to talk about this card next because this card shares the number 9, just like that 9th house. We have the impossible made possible. I just want to kind of sit with this energy real quick, and I want to see what I feel with this Rumi card before I read your message from the guidebook. It's like you're looking out in. That's so interesting. I see you collaborating with the universe right now. I see like energy being exchanged, a lot of downloads, a lot of spiritual downloads, a lot of energetic downloads, a lot of information. I feel like you are spiritually, what's the word? It's not like you're awakening, but you're expanding. So some of you, you're already awakened, you're getting more information, you're realizing what else is out there, and you're pushing yourself even further than where you thought you had peaked. You guys were like awakened, grew, blossomed, stagnated, and you're like, this is me, this is my peak. And Spirit's like, this is your peak. So the impossible made possible. Honestly, some of you have been working towards something for so long, hustling, putting your energy into it, and you had faith, but you were also doubting how this was going to work out. Let's say that. You had faith, but you had doubts. It's going to vary for each and every one of you, but I'm feeling faith and doubt. And I'm also seeing this episode that I watched last night of the Skin Doctors, and there was this lady that had a necklace with a mustard seed in it, and the whole thing behind her story was that you have doubts and you lose faith, but in the Bible, all you need is the faith the size of a mustard seed. So she wore that mustard seed as a symbol of never giving up. Having your down days, yes, but never giving up. Regardless of religion and faith, I do feel like something that you have been going through a waxing and waning relationship with in terms of having faith, losing faith, gaining faith, losing faith. It isn't, the universe hasn't given up on you. They haven't forgotten about you. They haven't forgotten about this manifestation, this goal, this desired outcome that you have. In fact, this is confirmation that it is still happening. And because this card is below the red cornelian, I feel like your dreams are priming you for this culmination by really getting you back in a go-getter, ambitious, optimistic, more masculine energy. That yes, it's helpful to be passive and wise and to hold faith in a very feminine way, but you're being prepared to kind of gain momentum and gain confidence to act very soon. I feel like it's not yet time with these nines, but the fact that we have red cornelian, the number 1, it's actually carnelian, I feel like you are so close to being called to act and to being ready to kind of take this and work with it, in the sense of you are on the precipice to not only achieving a goal, but having a fresh start and a fresh chance to really make something yours here. I will use tarot to clarify, but your dreams are trying to help build you confidence, build your self-esteem, build your ego, and just kind of build the way that you see yourself being successful in this situation. So very positive. This is why I really feel, aside from all the nines, this is why I really feel you're so close to achieving your goal. In fact, somebody that you meet, an acquaintance, could be pivotal in you getting that last push. But I feel your dreams are kind of solidifying the outcome by maybe projecting it. Maybe you have dreams of achieving this, whatever this goal is. Maybe you have dreams of being there at the finish line, your most successful, best self. And I think that your dreams, above all, are just trying to make this a reality for you in your mind by showing it to you when you close your eyes or when you kind of daydream, to remind you that you are so very close to achieving your goal. And lastly, this little penguin card, I can see that for some of you, this goal has to do with the ultimate union with a divine partner, a soulmate, a twin flame if you're on that journey. So this little penguin card is talking about soulmates, long-term monogamous bonds, and a feeling of having safety in numbers. That last message for you feels like connection with a kindred soul, a kindred spirit, someone who you can share your journey with. Maybe a lot of you are at that time in your life now where you've been waiting for someone to share your journey with. You've been waiting for someone to kind of make these big decisions with and hopefully progress with. So I do see spontaneous change. I see for sure a culmination. I do see a big new beginning. I see a growth in your social circle, gaining more acquaintances and thus gaining more expansion opportunities. I see travel for most of you. I see an expansion by way of a higher education for some of you, by religious experiences for others of you. I see you having more faith that what you dream is possible through the reality of one of your major dreams coming true. And I see that ultimately your dreams are really trying to make you more confident and really warm up to the idea that you can achieve what you have in your heart and what you put in your mind. Even this ridiculous, dream that you had in terms of you believed this wasn't possible. I feel it really culminating here. Now, I do want to get tarot to confirm some things because these are wonderful grand gestures and notions, but let's back them with some facts. Let's get specific information and let's just confirm exactly what it is that your dreams are trying to tell you. So I'm going to clarify that community energy first because this stands out to me. Everything else I could kind of tie together, but this feels different. So what's going on with this community energy for group 4, please, Spirit? What's going on for group 4? Okay, we got 3 cards. So when it comes to community, Spirit is showing me the 6 of Cups reversed, the Page of Swords reversed, and the 7 of Swords upright. For some of you, this has to do with someone from your past, your childhood, someone you knew when you were younger, more innocent. This sense of community is kind of about you navigating information and gathering more information. I feel like your dreams are encouraging you to spend more time with certain people to kind of help clear things up. I'm seeing gossiping being an issue here. I'm also seeing curiosity killed the cat. So somebody got their feelings hurt by stalking somebody else online or by digging through secondary sources for information. The 7 of Swords upright tells me that somebody definitely got their feelings hurt, but also what we've been getting in terms of information, or what we can get in terms of information from these acquaintances, isn't going to be gospel. It's not something we should rule our lives around, but it is something that we should consider. So I have this interesting image of you in a social circle, much like that card depicts, being surrounded by people, and you're all kind of just sitting in a circle, so it's not confrontational, but you're listening, and you're just sitting there and you're just listening and listening and listening, and everybody has an opinion and everybody has something to say. And it makes you not only aware of the company that you keep, but of the fact that you can gather a lot of information simply by being present in a certain circumstance rather than asking questions from a distance. So I don't know if this is an entirely valuable lesson, but it does make you aware of something to do with your social group that makes you a bit more careful about your information. It kind of feels like you got some gossiping, what do you call them? Gossiping gabbies? Gossiping gabbies in your circle, and this experience just makes you very hesitant to kind of open up to some of them and be as honest as you have been. Now, on a positive side, I believe your dreams are trying to encourage you to get your facts straight when gossip comes your way, because information that you hear could be very damaging but very false at the same time. So if you've been hearing things, or if you've been in the middle of some sort of gossip or drama, I would strongly encourage you to just be very careful about where you're getting information from, especially if your group is quite big or it involves a lot of people, the story, I mean. It just kind of feels like this is a very messy situation that gets further exacerbated because of secondary sources, he said, she said type of business. And then a genuine connection, that 6 of Cups reversed, a genuine childhood friend, someone who we have a strong emotional bond with, then becomes impacted. So when it comes to reconnecting with old people, I feel like there's a lot of people that are very curious about you and what you're up to now. And I think that it's not necessarily about entertaining them, but I think it would be in your best interest to be honest when you see them and to be careful about what you share with them, especially online, okay? Especially if you have a big online audience. I feel like people are always going to talk, so just be careful in terms of what you give for them to talk about, what you give to them to talk about, if that makes sense. The content you give them to talk about, whether you're posting online or you're seeing them in person. So that's interesting. Can we talk about this little penguin? Let's talk about this little penguin, the soulmate energy. What's going on with this little penguin for group 4? We have the World card. So some of you are manifesting something and it's been taking a very long time. This could be someone who you've been waiting for ages, a very, very, very long time for the World card to be there. This could be someone who's already a part of your life as well, and the two of you are taking things to the next level. If that is the case, I feel like things haven't been great recently. I feel like things are just kind of in a gray period and you're trying to figure out how to move forward, if this person's already a part of your life. With the King of Swords reverse, those who don't know this person, I see that you definitely haven't met them, okay? If you're not in union, this soulmate is not someone who you've met. If you are in union, I feel like the two of you have big plans that have been getting in the way of your relationship's most success. I see that it's very important to your person and maybe yourself to follow these plans before you focus on the next step of your relationship. It makes me think that some of you are delaying marriage or an engagement or a child or whatever that next step is for you, because you've got to tick some boxes and cross some T's and dot some I's first. You have to go through the list first. It's just what's important to the person that you're dealing with, or it could be yourself. What else do they need to know about this soulmate energy, this little penguin energy? What else does group 4 need to know about this little penguin energy? Okay, we have the 6 of Swords with the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So the 6 and the 8 of Swords are reversed and that 7 of Wands is upright. So the only other thing I want to tell you is that you're facing a situation soon where you may need to fight for this connection, and that's simply about deciding how much energy you want to invest in your future moving forward with this person. So if you're single, I feel like you're really at that point with your manifestation where it's really important that you stay invested in that manifestation. You don't lose hope, you don't lose faith, and you don't give up on whatever it is that you've been doing to bring in this person, whether you've been trying to align your interests with that of a potential partner, or whether you've been trying to just focus on healing yourself. Really don't give up. I see a fighting spirit here, and I see that those who are not in union, you're being called to get out of your head a little bit and to stop seeing yourself as a victim. I'm going to call you out, because you're not a victim of circumstance. You are, what are they saying? You're a victor of opportunity. And I do see opportunity coming soon. I see the chance to really just sort of be in the right place at the right time. But I also believe with the 6 of Swords reversed, you do need to be out of your head in order to appreciate the situation. Instead of overthinking it and kind of internalizing the prospect and wondering, you know, is it today, is it tomorrow? You kind of need to be in the moment present and ready to talk to the person that is coming into your life. So that's what I'm seeing. The soulmate takes a little bit of courage to click. It takes a little bit of present energy to see them and recognize them. And it also takes a little bit of victor of opportunity energy in terms of seizing the moment. Carpe diem, right? Carpe diem is seize the day. But anyway, carpe momentum. I'm joking. I don't know what the Latin word for moment is. But I do believe with that 6 of Swords reverse that we got to kind of get out of our head a little bit and stay a bit grounded, stay a bit present. Don't knock anything before you try it. I feel like some of you, the person could be in front of you and you could miss them because you're assuming, oh, it shouldn't be this hard. But Spirit's like, you still got to try. You still got to put yourself out there. You got to put your best foot forward and you got to get out of your head, because there's only so much we can do in order for you to meet this person. Now, those who are in union, I do see that the things that you've been fighting for are going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more energy. There is a feeling here of you needing to be successful in something else before your relationship can progress. I see you investing more energy into the relationship, however, in order to build that certainty between you and your partner of, I'm still here, I'm still in this, but I've also got this, this, and this to do. I see that some of you need to have more communication with your partner because they are having serious concerns that you've put the relationship on the back burner, or vice versa. Maybe you're the one that has serious concerns and you're looking at your person and going, why are you not here with me? You're so busy on your career, or you're so busy on your hobbies or your friends or your family. What about us? So if you're in union, it feels like your relationship here is very special and it needs just a little bit more communication in order to help you both get on the same page with ticking off these challenges, getting them out of the way so that your relationship can actually progress. I think there's only one other thing that I want to clarify before I take this into the extended. I want to just clarify this new beginning energy, Spirit. Where is this red cornelian taking group 4? What are their dreams preparing them for? What are their dreams preparing them for? What are their dreams preparing them for? Thank you, Spirit. Some of you are starting a new hobby or a little side hustle. I say little, however, it is going to grow pretty quickly. Some of you, this new beginning has to do with a new interest, a new path, a new journey. It looks like something that you want to make money from, but it's more of a creative outlet. It's a creative pursuit, creative passions. Some of you guys are my artists, my musicians. I see that this new beginning has to do with your passions and your creative interests, expanding that horizon and having an opportunity to grow. I see this moving quite quickly, especially if you have the help of like-minded people or someone who has more experience in this field. They're going to really stoke your fire or your passions and encourage you to grow. I see you've got to make a choice about how much energy you're going to invest into this, which was what may cause delay in a relationship or soulmate bond here. Because as this takes off, you're going to want to put a lot of energy into it, and you're going to want to take advantage of the pathways that seem to be opening up for you. I do see things moving quickly if you'll let them, but I also see indecision because you don't want to be wrong. So Spirit's kind of building your confidence so that when the time comes, you can make a confident decision and take advantage of this road that's opening up for you. It's not even an opportunity, group 4, it's a road, which tells me that it's going to be a journey of checkpoints, of challenges, of opportunities, and you can continue to walk and grow for as long as you want to. It feels like you have a mentor in this situation, so take advantage of their experience, their wisdom, but by all means, stoke your fire, stoke your passion. So group 4, that is what I'm seeing for you when it comes to what are your dreams trying to tell you. I'm going to take this into the extended reading now, where we will get more information about what your dreams are trying to tell you by looking at the outcome of each of these situations. We're going to clarify each of your oracle cards first, then look at the outcome based on your current energy. We're then going to look at the challenges your dreams are trying to prepare you for and getting advice on how to achieve the best possible outcome based on what your dreams are predicting. So if you want to join me in the extended reading, the link will be in the description box below. You're welcome to join me there at any time. It's ready when you are, basically. Before you go, group 4, wherever you are going, thank you so much for all of your support right here on YouTube. Thank you for supporting me and this community and free tarot in general. I hope to connect with you very, very soon. Bye.